What's up guys, Chaz here. I'm actually going to be bringing you behind the scenes today for a grocery run. Now on keto, we're eating very high fat, moderate protein, very low carb. I'm going to show you what the basics should look like in your grocery list. Alright guys, so quick tip, if you are searching for steaks, it's easy to grab something like this, which is top sirloin, which is typically cheaper, but you see how there's no marbling inside of that. So when you're dealing with steak, you need to be careful because that is going to be very, very high protein, very low fat. Remember, we want high fat, so you want to grab something closer to ribeye. And depending where you are in the US, this is actually going to be a little bit cheaper in some cases, like for myself today. So you always want to go with the marbling, which is going to be your fat content right in there, versus the high protein. So as you can see, a quick side by side, this is going to be very high protein, low fat. This is going to be high fat, moderate protein. So this is what we want to go for, guys. Those of you that have sugar addictions or sweet tooth, sugar-free Jello, A-okay. So you saw real quick the types of foods that we're getting. Again, keto is very high fat, moderate protein, low carb. Now real quick, I just want to cover a few little side notes on some of the items we picked up. Number one is going to be your butter. Your butter needs to be grass-fed and you want the salted version. Just like you already learned, potassium, magnesium, and sodium are going to play a crucial role as your electrolytes in helping you in your journey. If you can find it, I recommend the Kerrygold brand. This is a fantastic one. Trader Joe's, World Market, all those different Whole Foods places are going to carry some type of grass-fed salted butter, so pick up whatever you can. Cheese, you want to stay away from the low-fat crap that you see in the side of the stores. We want full-fat versions of anything we're putting in our bodies. I am actually getting into playing around with actual cheeses like these ones, the artesian types. These are fantastic to wrap up with salami, put a little bit of cream cheese in there. All different types of ways you can incorporate the cheese into your diet. Next up we have berries. Now fruit is basically going to be a no-go on keto. Unfortunately, any type of fruit, especially bananas, your apples, they're very high in sugar. Even though it is the healthy type of sugar, the point of keto is to strip your body of all that sugar that's floating around your bloodstream, inside of your muscle bellies. we want to get all that glycogen out of your system, so unfortunately we do have to watch our fruit intake. Berries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, and blueberries are a little bit lower on the sugar content. We're looking at net carbs. Now for the average person doing keto, you want to stay underneath 30 grams of total carbs per day, and that is your net carbs. So you take total carbs minus the fiber, and that's going to give you what we call the net carbs. Now you can see right here, these are raspberries. Unfortunately, we are not in season right now, so I'm getting the frozen kind. But you can see total carbohydrate is going to be 17 grams, and this is per 1 cup. So if you do a half cup as a snack, you can just cut that number in half. You can see there are 9 grams of fiber. So we're going to take those two numbers, subtract them, the total carbs minus the fiber. It's going to give us 8 grams of net carbs. So the 8 grams is what we actually count for a daily intake. You do have to portion control with these. You cannot just pound cup after cup, because those sugars are going to add up. Lemons and limes, these are fantastic because you are going to be drinking a lot of water on this. So if you want to spruce it up a little bit without using artificial sweeteners, you can actually go get some lemons and some limes and mix those in with your water, and that's going to be a great way just to get a little bit of extra taste in it. 2 of my new favorite snacks I'm playing around with, macadamia nuts are going to be one of the best ones out there. The content on these things is fantastic, completely keto friendly. Salted, roasted pumpkin seeds are another fantastic source as well. Next up, and a lot of you are gonna turn your noses to this one, but they are fantastic and completely keto friendly, which is pork rinds. 0 carbs inside of these things, and it's just straight fat and protein like we want. And if you don't have it already, I recommend a little bit of Himalayan salt. You want to increase your sodium intake with this. As we're pulling carbs out, you want more sodium within it. Getting into your nut butters, I recommend almond butter over peanut butter. A lot of peanut butters, even almond butters on the shelves in stores, unfortunately are loaded with extra sugars to make them taste sweeter. So you want to make sure that you're checking the back of this, and you want to get the 0 sugar version if you can. I recommend almond butter just because the fats are a little bit on the healthier side for you. You're going to be using this stuff in all kinds of different recipes, and it's fantastic. The main thing you probably saw was we are not getting any bread, we are not getting rice, we're not getting quinoa, no fruit. This is going to be a very difficult transition for about 3 to 4 days if you've been running on sugar your whole life and now you're going to switch to a fat burning machine. It's going to take your body some transition. So it's just getting used to not having the extra cup of rice or the quinoa or the sweet potato that's going to mess with you a little bit. But I can assure you, if you stick with this and follow the plan 100%, you are going to be more than satisfied. You're not going to find yourself starving. You are going to be full all day long, and you're going to feel great overall. Those have been the basics on what you're going to pick up inside the grocery store. Be sure to check out the group for more information in the group file section. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm happy to help. See you guys. Wow.